Hi, everybody. Quint Lears, newhomesales.com. I am with Meredith Oliver, Meredith Communications. Thanks so much for joining us.
Oh, I'm thrilled to be here. Thanks for having me.
This is a really special treat having. Now, look, Roland.
Hello.
Come on, man. Dude, you're next, bro. Come on.
It's your turn later.
You
This is
can
my
run.
turn.
Yeah,
This is my turn. No, it's my
My
turn.
agent said I was next. My agent said I was up next. Really?
Roland, we'll
What
get
is
you on
this?
the
What
we'll
kind of
get you on the
service is
program. Look,
this? No eye contact before 5 o'clock. You didn't read the memo? No, I was just joking.
Roland,
She's
keep.
the best. She's the best.
She's the best. Keep your eye out for Roland.
Second best.
You can run from newhomesales.com, but you can't hide. I've been tracking you down for how long?
I don't want to admit it.
And I'm like, Meredith, we got to get you on the program. Everybody loves you. We've got to get you on the program. But I finally tracked you down. I wouldn't let you run away. I cornered you. Thanks for joining us.
But not in a creepy way.
No. A little bit creepy, just a little bit.
A little bit.
We are super excited about the newest book, Fantastic Marketing. That's the new one. The newest one's coming out after this.
Yeah, fantastic selling.
How do we find this book?
Well, they're available on Amazon, on my website, meredithcommunications.com.
If you're in the home building industry, you know who Meredith is. She's always the keynote speaker, highly sought after trainer, motivator, coach. You travel the country with John Palumbo. Go to builder books. You're all over the place. Congratulations on your success. How does it feel, to have a level of success like you've had in the national speaking circuit?
It's very humbling, and it's kind of strange sometimes, to be honest. But I'm incredibly grateful and appreciative. And the other day in a meeting here at the show, we saw a graph of the past 15 years and how we had this massive peak in 0656 and then this massive drop off to the bottom and how we've been climbing back up. And I took a picture and I tweeted that graph because it tells the story of my personal and professional life for the last 10 years. And I'm so proud to have survived that graph that I'm incredibly humbled that when people come up and say, I read your book, I went to your seminar, I spent my time, my valuable money to listen and try to learn more from me, I'm just happy to have survived the graph, man. So I'm just incredibly grateful and humbled by it.
You mentioned, telling this story, and you're a master at that. You tell great stories, you captivate the audience. Why is that so important? I think we've lost the art of telling stories. We're just like blabbing content out. How did you develop that skill, and what advice would you have for salespeople trying to develop it?
Yeah, well, I watch all types of great storytellers. So anytime a good storyteller or speaker comes to my town, I go. Doesn't matter what industry it is, doesn't matter who it is, doesn't matter if I even agree politically. I go and I see all kinds, and I just watch, listen, and learn. I'm also a 15-year member of the National Speakers Association, NSA. Not the spying one, the Speakers Association. And that they've taught me and changed my career completely. Now, the point you made about storytelling, what's so important about that is that people buy, they relate based on how they feel. And stories are the number one way to convey feelings and also to relate to somebody else. So the people out there listening, they can probably relate to that graph because if they've been around a while, they live that graph just like I did. So by bringing up that illustration, that point, that story, it helps them relate to what I'm saying.
I'm just always curious this question. Why do you do what you do and push yourself and travel and do you're on the circuit, you're here with your family. I mean, what motivates you? What gets you out of bed?
Yeah, thank you for asking me that. Actually, my newest keynote, the close that I do every single time now, is getting to your why. Yeah, thank you for asking me. It's like we planned that, but we didn't. Every single one of us has a why. You have a why of what you do. I have a why of what I do. And when I've been sitting on the tarmac for 3 hours and they're canceling my flight again at midnight and I'm exhausted, I tap into my why. And my point is not that we become so focused on ourselves, but it's actually to remember your buyer or your seller, whatever role you play, also has a why, and it's driving their behavior. If you can remember yours, you can remember that they have one, and it helps us be a little more patient, a little more tolerant, a little more understanding that their why is driving them. And if we align them together, it's magic, right? So specifically my why is my 8-year-old son, Brady. my husband of 18 years, Alan, and a closet full of fabulous shoes that I like to add to the collection, which I cannot do unless I'm generating revenue.
Love that. And you got to connect with Meredith on Facebook. She's always doing creative and fun stuff. And that's kind of your space, the online stuff.
Yes. Yeah, we are a digital marketing agency. We help home builders drive more traffic, leads, and sales with better websites, search engine optimization, and that's what the book is about. The book's going to give you 10 strategies to leverage your fan factor and increase your sales through digital marketing.
Give me one or two or all 10, just a couple of them, okay?
Yeah, well, I mean, the first one is you have to know your fans, right? So if you don't know your fans and their why, you can't possibly market to them. So that's incredibly important. And then once you know who the fans are, you have to, number 2, be willing to expand your digital footprint to reach them. So can you be found online, or is your business basically in the witness protection program? Right? I love it.
Hey, you've been a mentor to so many. I'm one of the people. I mean, when I first came in, you were one of the first speakers. You gave me a book after a training. Great stuff, and you've been helpful. So you've been a mentor to a lot of people in the business. Tell me about some of your mentors that have helped you out and have been, inspirational to you.
Yeah, well, some of my very best friends have come out of this industry on a personal level. And I travel the country often with John Palumbo out of Jacksonville, Florida.
Who's John Palumbo? No, I'm just kidding. He's been on the program.
Right? So John Palumbo, and I dedicated my new selling book and acknowledged him in the book because I've learned almost everything I know about sales and selling from John Palumbo. And he's also somebody that I could call, and he would be anywhere in the world at any given moment because he travels internationally. He would pick up and help, whatever it was I needed, personally or professionally. So he's huge in my life. Melinda Brody has been a huge part of my life, another very good personal friend, but also taught me the art of dogged follow-up. Melinda will not stop until you buy, die, or get a restraining order. So I learned that from her. Carrie Mulcrone out of Minnesota, she taught me the art of personal touches and thinking creatively and thoughtfully about what somebody needs and sending that little personal touch to get their attention. So certainly that's 3, and there's so many more, and I'm sorry because I don't want to leave everybody out, but we don't want to do a laundry list either. So
I appreciate any last words, let's say, of encouragement for the frontline sales marketing person that just feels beat up. I know that it's not all glamour when you're up on the stage. Oh. Yeah, so, I mean, you got the long lines, the buses, the breakdowns, the flight delays. So speak to the frontline salesperson right now. Any words of encouragement?
Yeah, well, you've made a really good point. There are 1,000 hours of unglamorous shoes, no makeup days, of getting up at 4 a.m. to write a new book, of getting something on an evaluation that wasn't quite what you expected after a speech. There are so many thousands of those hours that go into the one 60-minute keynote that gets all the glamour that looks so awesome. And I imagine it's exactly the same way in the new home sales office. The moment you get that signed purchase agreement, there are 1,000 other hours that go into that. So I get it. And I just go back to the why. If you have a solid, motivating, driving why in your life, you can do anything for 60 minutes and get that purchase agreement.
Thank you for that answer. A lot of people would want to connect with you. So how do we connect with you online, or how do we reach out to you?
Yeah, thank you. My website's meredithcommunications.com. You can find me on Twitter at Meredith CSP, Charlie Sam Paul, Meredith CSP. And most importantly, you can follow my fabulous shoe collection on Instagram. Yeah. At Meredith's Shoes 22.
Fantastic. And she's got great content. I'm on your program. I watch your videos. And not all of it, you don't have to, even if you say, I don't have money for a book, she'll train you. I mean, she's got stuff for free. You're always giving back. Thanks for your contribution to the industry and for speaking to us today.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Here with Meredith Oliver on newhomesales.com. Thank you, everybody.